Ain't no more. There goes now. How's it? Hey loose. Welcome to Mongoose Makes Hawaii, the channel. Okay. Aloha everyone, it's Monday, June 29th. And we put the colorful all you need is love sign on. Can I work? Working. And goes to box.
Behind you.
What? Behind me? Hello everyone, it's Monday. A little vlog, little news. We went, the birdies. So the birdies are kind of gone from that yard.
Afraid?
But I went to film out in this yard, my sister's and this big black form came in front of me. I'm like, thought it was one of her dogs. It was a bird. She's even has visiting dogs. You can hear the barking once in a while. And so they go nuts over the bird, but they bark at me too. The birds are kind of like gone right now. They're not hanging out too much. It rained a little bit last night, and that volcano was going yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Anyways, it was going. So that's all kind of cool. It's been kind of a little rainy last night. So we went over yesterday, as you can see from the polytunnel video, we went over to visit Jim on Kaneohe. He's actually doing dear old Jim. He's actually doing pretty good in the sense of, he's lonely there during the week because it's like that type of atmosphere, like rest care home. But he's actually able to walk with a walker, like bathroom to bed. So that's progress, like standing up and doing a little, because he had broken his leg. And when you're that old, you break a leg. I mean, it wasn't his hip though. There's some light at the end of the tunnel bit. Light at the end of the tunnel. I had a fever yesterday. It was going up there close to that. Should I call it? I was thinking, oh man, I have to go in again. No. And it's Sunday too. The doctor goes, if you get a fever, if it starts going up to such and such degree, like 100, 101, if it starts going up there, give the office a call. And they say that, and I know that. I've heard them say that. And yet, when it happens, it's like Sunday and the office is closed. It's the weekend usually. So it's that sort of stuff that I have to figure out. Because if it gets bad, like 101, and it stays there, I have to go to the emergency room if the office is closed. And that's like that whole ordeal of that. Oh, gosh. And I've been... never mind. Okay, I'm stalling. Let's go to the regular news. The July 4th is coming up. I don't know what day is it. It's the 29th. It's not even over with June, so we're still in June. But it'll be happening sometime next week. The 4th of July. I mean, how many times have we seen the 4th of July? Watch out for the fire. Watch out for the firecrackers. Maybe put out the flag. Barbecue, maybe. And especially the firecrackers. We're very sensitive about fireworks over here. And because they really like fireworks, the fireworks show. But then the aerials that people buy expensively on the black market, and those can start house fires, and people have been blown up, literally blown up, because there's a big thing about fireworks. But 4th of July and the Centennial, the Bicentennial. I remember the Bicentennial came and went. 1976, it came and went, right? And wasn't that bad. It wasn't that big. It was bicentennial, but it wasn't like, what the heck's going on now? This is 250. It's not like bicentennial. It's biquincentennial, semi-quinticentennial. I don't know what they call it, but it's a big thing. And the Roman Empire lasted approximately 500 years. So this is like halfway through, and we're almost cooked. Oh gosh, what's going on there? And so I think this means that the battery is on. So Trump is doing his weird thing, and his weird thing is controlling the inner workings of the. But America is many different parts, and the people are conglomerate types, not just the MAGA base, but they're the loudest group, and they got somebody elected as a voting base. And so that guy, the balance of power is still sort of working, because he can't quite get the court system to do what he wants them to do, except for the Supreme Court, which is, a 6-3 MAGA bias. But other than that,
it's not easy.
The Supreme Court has a lot on its plate, and it's trying to get through, chop, a bunch of big decisions. And one of them was birthright citizenship, so they haven't quite got there yet. That's in the U.S. Constitution. I don't think Trump is going to be able to win that, because it's sort of blatantly stated in the Constitution. And the job of the Supreme Court is to interpret the Constitution, which generally basically states that. So it's after the Civil War, so if you're born in the USA, you're a citizen, etc. Birthright citizenship. He wants to get rid of that because he wants to sort of just deport people. It's the get rid of the personnel. He's in that Apprentice. You're fired, you're fired, you're fired. But it's that getting rid of the people who work there in order to control and subdue certain institutions. And that's what that whole Doge thing was about. It really wasn't about saving money. It was about letting go of personnel. They fire and then they go all these people, and now, like some of these big things like the IRS and the
Demonic.
Yeah, they're demonic. Demonic stuff. But yeah. So waste, fraud, and abuse. And a lot of that Doge action is still happening. They're just trying to get rid of people specifically. It's becoming pretty clear, specifically people he wants out of their position so he can put in a loyalist that will do what he says to do. And one of them was the federal chair, the Fed, the governor. There's a board of governors, and then there's the chair, the federal chair, interest rates out of the Fed, interest rates, right? So
Psychic.
the loan has a certain interest. If it's a low interest rate, people just do a bunch of loans. And if it's a high interest rate, they back off on loans. And it's supposed to stabilize the economy. And, well, that's the goal, is to stabilize the economy. And he wanted the interest rates dropped so people will spend and the economy will look good when the economy is bad. And that's the whole thing. It's like, it's not, the stuff right now doesn't look bad. It is bad, and it's trying to be spun to look good when it's actually bad. And one of those is the economy. And so he wants the federal chair he wanted the federal chair to get out of there. They got a different replacement guy who's, I don't know what he's doing. I think he kept it stable. But they want a different person to do what he says, loyalist. So that didn't quite happen as quickly as he wanted to fire one of the federal governors in the Federal Reserve. So of the Federal Reserve, the board that has the governors, and he wanted to fire one. It's like, you're fired. And the Supreme Court blocked him. You just can't fire people. And that's the way it generally is, but at least in this case. So he's getting resistance from the court back to checks and balances. And, they're really trying to get that midterm election thing. Anyways, it's Mongoose Monday. Mongoose Monday. Okay, things are trying to go back. Let's just run through the Hawaii news. Hawaii news, right? Hawaii news. Beachfront breakdown. Now over here, what we have is this is Kahala. This is Kahala Beach. This is kind of down the road from where I'm at. The Cocoa Head would be over there. And these multi-million-dollar houses have these barriers in front because they don't want erosion of their property. Some of these are just owned by shell companies. They're not even owned by a person. They're owned by like some company. They don't live there. They just hold on to the land, tens of millions. And it's Satan. It's the work of Satan. And so when erosion happens, they put up things to sort of break the waves to stop the erosion. Look at this chunkiness. And the state is enforcing, hey, we have to enforce this. You cannot have this thing, because people walk by and go, what's this big rock? And so they're enforcing that sort of stuff. Pipe being exposed by the erosion. Okay, in sports, we have the World Cup. So, let's see. Canada beat South Africa. They're in their knockout rounds. So, they got knocked out of the knockout rounds. So, Canada is beating South Africa. Wow. And then there's some football stuff. So, I don't know what's going on with some of this stuff. There's some type of golf thing. It's kind of being eclipsed by the World Cup. And then, of course, Brandon is playing for Texas Tech now. I went to Texas Tech. That's about the size of that. We have back in the day. Yeah, here's back in the day. 1982. Yeah. Oh! No.
In another place.
Yeah, another place. Okay, here's Moana Ikala Akaka. It's like going, hey, it's relax, just go out there and protest, eh? Put up the sign. She's from the Big she's from the Big Island, and she's putting up a sign, rally at the Iolani Palace, protesting RIMPAC, and how they bombed Kaho'olawe, this little island is full of bombs. They just bomb it for target practice. Hey, stop the bombing and stop RIMPAC. And they're all sort of like doing that, kind of like citizen. Yeah, citizen. Who's afraid? I don't know. Canada. Yes, of Canada. Oh, here's political cartoon. A big naked Ku Klux Klan racism. Naked. Free at last, God Almighty, free at last. Supreme Court, Roberts Court, because the Supreme Court's like his now. He releases racism because they made a decision where you can deport people and this and that. It takes away all these deportation protection things. It's like, yes, you can send them all. You can deport all these people. They're Haitians. They're Haitians. They don't need to be here. So the Supreme Court's really on Trump's side. What do we have here?
Alaska Air Tag.
Do this one.
Stop ICE before tactics snowball into disaster.
In the case of immigration enforcement, ICE is a solution looking for a problem.
States must let ICE do its job to keep America safe. Cite article June 23rd.
ICE is the problem that should be eliminated. ICE enforcement is intentionally fear-inducing and unconstitutional. If this can be done to non-violent immigrants without documentation, students, green card holders, and naturalized citizens, what is to keep them from going after upstanding citizens? ICE and Border Patrol have already killed and injured citizens. What's next? States have only the tangential immigration responsibility of prosecuting felons and reporting convictions to the Department of Justice, ICE stomped on those efforts, spreading misinformation and rumors before invading states with heavily armored and masked stormtroopers to sweep up anybody who smells like an immigrant. Not only the worst of the worst, as well as the state objective. Was the state objective. The states are living up to their obligation to end Donald Trump through ICE. It's attempting to subvert our Constitution. Melvin Sakamoto, Palolo. Oh, thank you, Melvin, for sending in your letter and talking about ICE and how horrible ICE is. It's attempting to absurd. Yeah, they do already. They test the power. They go over the line. One of them was habeas corpus. They just arrest people. That's one. Arrest that one. Arrest that one. Without due process, they just arrest people and detain them. And then that's habeas corpus. That's in the Constitution. And there's a lot of stuff. And then it takes a little while for a federal court or state court to say something and bring up a case, which can, if it's a federal judge in a state, it applies to the other cases. Anyways, it's nasty, and the courts are kind of pushing back, but they go over the line first, and then the court cases come back. So the timing is slower, but it's actually kind of more effective in the long run. That's why all these different pieces with this checks and balances, not just the three branches of government. It takes a while when it gets into the court things. That's why Trump's like, but if I get it to the Supreme Court, I win. They'll side with me. So he just always tries to appeal it to the Supreme Court, which sort of winds up taking up time to do that. Anyways, it's Monday. Okay, enough. It's Monday. Okay, aloha. Have a nice day. It's gonna be kind of breezy, I think, today. Try to be relaxing. Oh, sorry for being long. Okay.
Appreciate you watching. Aloha to you. Aloha to you. Oh, happy birthday, everybody. Just in case he's watching. Aloha.